Oh my god, it's about time. You know what? I want to share my squirting journey because I think it's not something I expected to be, and maybe I inspire someone to to discover their bodies. And because after what I experienced, I started to think like, oh my god, I'm definitely sure much more women are able to do this. We just like weren't learned, taught, or like even if I should say it, I I have this memory like I really didn't believe in even that it's even real. Yeah, yeah, I didn't believe it's real because I remember my first partner. We were both doing it first time, and after it, we were talking about it, and he told me like that he expected to be different, and I was like, how? And he then showed me his like porn, and there was like this girl, and she was splashing. I was like, what a bullshit! This is like, I was like, this porn. They made it up to make it like I don't know, just like special effect, which wasn't right. But I didn't even believe. Like I never heard of it like until that point. So I was like, this cannot be real, right? It seems ridiculous. Uh, yeah. So how did I discover it? Like, yeah, 15 years later, now I break up with this guy, and I was like, I want to discover my sexuality, my pleasure, because I was suppressing it all this time, kind of to like fit. He had to fit in, basically. And I decided, like, what the hell? I don't know. I was in this Lyman journey, and I wanted to like really just be authentic. And I don't know why it like keeps bringing me to sexuality, and that's that's why I wanted to experience something more. Yeah, and yeah, my partner wasn't very interested in that. So yeah, we break up, and then when I went to this like journey by myself, to travel to Japan by myself, and yeah, I started masturbating, and because I wanted to know, I wanted to feel that that the sexual pleasure, how can like where can it go? That's where I find out I actually never had orgasm during our partner sex, like ever, because I didn't even know how it was supposed to feel. I didn't know, and I didn't know that I need something else. But I know, like, I wanted to try, and I finally like discovered it, and that's why I was like, wow, there was so much stuff I was missing out, and just like because of like kind of my ignorance, like both of our ignorances, like we both ignore like physiology, like female physiology, definitely. And so yeah, I was reading about this cervical point that was like, I want to try it, but I found out I could not reach it with my hands, with my fingers. So I was like, okay, I'm going to buy a toy. Like, what the hell, in Japan they're like pretty available because they sell it in these like tourist spots, seriously. So I went to this like big shop, and they didn't have the one which was like definitely like special for cervix point, but yeah, I get the other one. I was like, this will do the job, and this thing, it has this like clitoris sucking thing on it. I was like, I didn't I didn't plan on using it at all. I was just like really just for reaching that point. Yeah, I could have used the carrot or whatever. But yeah, but I was like, since I already bought it, like I should at least try it, right? So I was like in mid session, and I was like, why not to try it? Oh my god, I put it on my clitoris, and the hell, it was so intense. It was so intense. Like, I went like my body went into like full like I must have looked like I have stroke because I was like, oh my god, I I have to genuinely like throw it out. I was like, I cannot do this. It was too intense, and that's why I felt like it was such a journey. Like then from that point, I need to like work on like my relationship to pleasure, because like all these like almost like visions, or like me, my, how to say it, like the stuff I was holding on to, like, for example, I remember this show, Ginny and Georgia, and I was looking at it, and there's this scene, I don't know, maybe it's first, like, where I stopped watching because I felt so disgusted. Because like there's scene, she has like this wine glass in one hand and like the vibrator in the other. I was like, wow, I was so disgusted. I was like, what the hell, right? And for example, like, when I was like masturbating, this stuff always like came up, like this shameful stuff. I was like, I had about the sex. I had about like maybe other people, where I judge other people for like being sexual and stuff, and I need to like work through it, you know. That's why like this journey, like to learn squirting, wasn't about technique or like having good orgasm, but it was more about like unlocking like really that alignment, and like get the help with all of the like stupid shame which doesn't even like make sense. Like, why is sex and like intimacy such a taboo? Like, why are we not talking about it so nobody can enjoy, nobody can know? I didn't even know, like, you know, I didn't even believe the squirting is real when I was in my 20s. First time when I started to believe in my 30s. And now when I like, and when I first time squirted, and I thought like I peed myself and I was so disgusted by it. And actually I still like working on it, because like I was glad that I didn't have partner, because I felt disgusted, like a little bit, because I find like there's like people trying to explain how it works. You know, like you have like these skin glands, and it's not the same as pee. It's not the pee, you know, but like it's not the pee. But you know, the reality for me was like one time I was like masturbating in the night, and yeah, I squirted very hard. And in the morning, it smelled like a pee a little bit, and I was disgusted by it. I was like, wow, this is disgusting. It smelled like pee. It's like, I'm still working on it, but now, you know, I processed it now. This is terrible. Now, when I smell pee, it's turning me on, you know, because it's almost like now I like connected it to my pleasure and how good it feels, and I'm not. I feel like and this is the thing. I had the same thing with the semen. I used to be disgusted by it, but I grow it into like, you know what? I don't know why I was disgusted by it. I think like because everybody else was like, oh, it's so disgusting, and I like just accepted it. But when I started to like feel how do I feel about it, I actually really love how it smells, and I then started like I really didn't even like to wash myself after. I really liked that smell. I don't know. Yeah, buried on me. Whatever. Unnecessary information, and um, and this is the thing with squirting. Like, it wasn't such a fancy journey. It was like I needed to stop so many times, then restart and like try again. And just like because I was curious, I wanted to know what is there more, like what more can I feel. And almost like it was like my body resisting it, like, you know, like it gets so like tight, you know, like shaking and everything. Like I was like, I needed to learn to breathe through it, and it was such a nice year. Now I'm like, I just breathe through it. It's just like I know how to relax. I definitely I know, even like know, and it feels like so much different now, like than peeing. I can like, it feels very different. I can recognize this now in my body, and I can even stop before I squirt. I still have like very good orgasm. I didn't need to squirt when I stop like in the exact good time. I can still have good orgasm and don't need to squirt. Like sometimes it's too late. Still working on that. Yeah. So, really, I do believe it's much of like a lot about like how much shame we were, and now like squirting came to me like it's such a natural, and it will make sense because then you cannot fake it. You know, when you squirt, you squirt. So I hope at least one person go, don't feel so disgusted by themselves, and maybe try it, and maybe discover that you can squirt, and that feels good, and it's okay, and there's nothing shameful about it. it just it's just biological function. Yeah. So We should talk more about it. I think it's such a shame that nobody like ever shared anything sexual with me whatsoever, and I have only one friend one time shared that I was like, but it really opened me up, and that's why I like to now talk about this, because we deserve to talk about it more, because it's such a beautiful act, like the sex and stuff, and I don't know why it's still seen as something dirty and ugly and even like sin. I don't know who came up with it, but bullshit. So go meet the dog, meet the dog. Oh my god, because I saw the dog. Meet the God through it. That's when you know that you're doing it right.